Hello everyone, I'm Casper Kuma and welcome back to Paranormasight. Now if you remember last time we just got everyone home safely, Haruhi and Yako. They are both home. Shogo still dead, but you know, well maybe there's a path for him yet that we haven't found yet. This is blue. I assume that means there's another route we can take here. We should investigate that at some point, but I think we should look at this threatening phone call. After persuading Arashi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tetsuya and Ario have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town and search for the remaining curse bearers. Yeah, they're collecting stones like they're becoming Thanos, basically. I should scoot over a little. There we go. Road. Very descriptive. How's our buddy cops doing? Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looked suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. Is he looking at us? What? No way. It's just as I thought. Either way, we should check out this place. Let's hope we can finally get a lead. Oh yeah, we also met that girlfriend of the one curse bearer that was kind of using him, and she wanted to bring him back, Hokusai. Maybe she's doing stuff. She's probably trying to find an— oh! There's Shogo. She's probably trying to find another curse bearer as we speak. And we haven't seen that guy from the park in a while. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna look around. Now, okay, now maybe we'll see why Shogo died. Maybe, Yoko killed him? You know? Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics teams are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Ah, that is bad news. So they got someone else. So you think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Now why did he die? 'Cause his own curse was definitely used on him, huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. I guess we should answer, right? Although, I don't know. What if that's a curse? Alright, let's check it out. If you give me an option. Oh, what's this? There's something stuck to the side of the phone. Oh, so we can find them as other people. Oh. I guess we were supposed to be looking for them more then. Come on, boss, that's not what we were supposed to be searching for. Huh. Well, now I'm sad. That means we have to go back and find some more. Maybe— I don't know, maybe I'll do that off stream since I don't know how long this will take. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't know. I'll decide how I'll deal with that all later. Let's look at the surroundings first. I checked the surroundings earlier. There were no signs of curse bearer or any other curse echoes around. The ringing of the phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. A young man in his 20s was killed in cold blood. He's definitely dead, but I can't quite discern the cause from what I've seen. There are no obvious external wounds, but what is that leaking from his mouth? Water? Oh, are they like— is his curse like drowning them? I forgot what his was all about, but I guess there's nothing else around, so we'll look at the phone booth. Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Hello? Hello? Kinshibori Park phone booth. Evening, Detective Tatsumi. How are things looking over there? Who is this? I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuya Tatsumi himself. Oh, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tatsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together. What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this... Fumachika Nejima? Oh, the killer for the guy that was, like, dismembering people. Right? The guy from the bridge. Wait, did you say Fumachika Nejima? Like the one from the Nejima murders? Ding ding ding, you got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tatsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in the cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. And that it did. I've repented. My conscience is as clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in a prison didn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumachika Nejima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it. Why would they give a murderer parole? He's a serial killer. He shouldn't get parole. Ay, what is your goal? What is your goal? Now. You've got to understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I've even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks or I'd never be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle. No hassle at all. It would be too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought I had nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tatsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up. That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nejima. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well then, we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one, until there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Well, what about him? Boss? What about me? Or wait, are you just trying to protect me? Anyway. There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Oh! Don't you fucking dare. I'm warning you. Well, there you go. You blew your cover. Now he knows. Oh, very nice. That is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. Oh, come on, man. Seriously? What? She does? Oh, is she the artist? Is she that crazy art lady? That she was in university, right? Oh man, is his daughter a curse bear too? Or well, no, she wasn't a curse bear. She was using people. No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. Okay. How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see, I have the one-sided read. Tsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nejima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse? Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. But then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? Then how about I kill you myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole? Idiot. You think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. Ugh. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the Rite of Resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. Why would they give a serial killer parole? It just doesn't make any sense. Aye. Boss! Irio, did you catch all that? Nejima, what is he planning? Who knows? For now we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. Couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye, boss. These curse stones seem horribly imbalanced. Later, it was reported that the total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats along with the curses were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tatsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Tatsumi and Irio spent Tatsumi and Irio spent themselves... I can't speak, it's awful. Tatsumi and Irio themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on the cursed night. No. 12 hours to sunset. Well, I guess I could have done this one last time. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh wait, they're still going. That's surprising. I thought for sure they'd be dead. What do we do? I mean, I guess we should probably just keep going until this thread wears itself out. Otherwise, we'll be all confused later, right? Although I do want to see what Yoko's up to, because, friend, well, I think her name was May. She's a boss. I want to see what, what she's up to. Because it looks like she's alive, so she made it out of that. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Oh, it's morning. Isn't that bad? I thought we only had till night. Why is it daylight? Took you long enough. Isn't this bad? Ain't this bad? Forensics has finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with this one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okai, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in his lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of a park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too? Oh dear god. I think it was the Whispering Canal, but let me check it out. I'm like 90% sure it's the Whispering Canal. Yeah, Whispering Canal. Okay. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in that area. As for the cause of death, well... yes? The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but concerning the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning... I don't know. Let me see. Stepped on. Haunting clappers? What's a clapper? Is that... no, that's not it. Foot washing mansion. This is the foot that... yeah, foot smashed through the ceiling. I feel like this would be... yeah. Yeah. This is probably it, right? Let me... do I have any others that I know yet? No, I have that one. No. Okay, I'm gonna say it's, the foot washing mansion. Yeah, exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. I don't know. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then is this Namigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim... he was identified as Kohai Junoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or a heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Isn't that weird teacher? Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. Teacher dying at school. And not just any school, Komagata's house is one of the 7 mysteries. Wasn't he talking to that girl, so wouldn't she be involved in this? Maybe she's a curse bearer. But falling. Oh, and that's also how that girl... they, like, how they thought she, like, committed suicide or something, but perhaps it was actually a curse bearer thing. One-sided read. Where is the one at the school? Oh, we already did that one. It wouldn't be that one. No. No. I don't think so. Here we go. The Fool's Procession. Where? Kills by fatal fall one who hears this music for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. Oh, wait, no. This little creepy mask. So Yoko got that one. So that means Yoko killed him. Wonder why. Oh, that's weird, though. I didn't notice that before. I don't think. I don't remember. But she got the same power that, like, could potentially be the thing that caused her friend to die. Right? Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh, my mind just left me. What was it called again? in the moment of reading, it left me. The Fool's Procession. Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also a work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of a mysterious death, mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Oh man, I hope he doesn't end up portraying us one day. It's always a little uncertain when you're got a friendly cop on your side. It's like, what if he knows more than he's telling us, you know? Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out there were many killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought about that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known that the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of the 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot-washing mansion, Hideki Arashi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. What does the one-sided reed do again? Cut off his arm and leg, one side of her body, and threw him into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along the canal only sprouted leaves from one side. So maybe it'll do something like slice off some body parts, perhaps? Which is perfect for him, because he loved dismembering people. Oh, these are our curse bearers. Okay. So, we're missing the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and the Taiko of Tsuragi, but oh no, it did tell us, it did fill in the people that he shouldn't know. So we have Yako in there even though he doesn't know Yako has it yet, basically. So we're missing 3. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. We could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look more into Yoshimi. I get the feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shirashi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it was really a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, and all that. He must have suspected that some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it's already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh. What was that evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, and so it was ruled as suicide, but he was thought there was more to it? Yes, a truck or the other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance it wasn't a suicide. Oh, what a terrible way to go. And there were no brake marks on the road, meaning it could have been a hit and run. But I feel like that's also kind of trying to say that that high school teacher might not have died by falling. He might have gotten hit by something. Not necessarily a car, but maybe like a curse could have slammed into him somehow or something like that, you know? The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. So you think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked about the forensics in the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shirashi's address. Yoshimi went there Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Oh, we're not done yet. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. I'm not sure we really have time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because that teacher died? That's right. Alright, but it's not something we can do today. But if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. So that's that other girl that was in the school at night, right? I'm pretty sure. Why can we still talk about her? Her name was Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her address. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Mayu's a beautician and fiance of Hajime Yoshimi. A police officer with the Smida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. She is pretty. It's definitely starting to look suspect. Crime of passion, perhaps? It is fairly common for people to be killed by their lover or spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they've been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we have to consider the opposite scenario, too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is out for his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. If she's a beautician, couldn't you just find out where she works and just grab her there? HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. What the hell is his parole officer doing? Or shouldn't they be, like, watching him? You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. You let a murderer out of prison, and then you let him out of your watch? What is this joke of a police force? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. He told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hang on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Wait. What the hell? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he's been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. I'm gonna go kill this probation officer. Oh my god. He's also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. What is the point of this person? Why? What the hell? Jeez, that's just sloppy. Oh my god. He should be going to prison too for this. Oh my god. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means that there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. Well, here's the thing. The dude's a serial killer, so you might as well just get rid of him. You know? I'm just saying, you're not losing anything by just getting rid of Nejima. He kills people. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole's annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he's so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. It's going to take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she wasn't picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you or her former father can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, it just kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. One-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. I mean, what if he's got, like, a death note, you know? Like, he just has to know the name and the face, and then that just is how he gets him? That would be real bad. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda or Michio Shirashi's house to find out more about her. Okay, let's see. Let's move out. Autobots, roll out. Oh, okay. I guess fancy sushi. I kind of want to see what this is all about. Let's just take a quick detour, okay? I like her storyline so far, and her friend. Mostly her friend. I'm real curious of how she's doing. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but it still isn't sure how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Let's see if Mio lived. 'Cause, I don't know. I like her. She's all powerful. She is alive. See? Look at her. She's doing great. It was fine to leave her. She is the main protagonist. She has her own game. It's a fighting game. Just beating up ghosts. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. I was just... she was just standing there sleeping? Huh? It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm, hmm. I'm the specter of the spirit board. Yes, I am the specter of the spirit board. No, no, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? The truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn about that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I ended up as the apprentice, or maybe like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always been more have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job where you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. She looks so determined. She's like, I got this. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong, trying to bring Michio back? I mean... I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. Well, you're already too late. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako. I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have the feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. Oh, wait. I feel like I have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you give me the curse stone at any point. You can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. I think she should have her own anime. Okay, this is just her candy shop. I don't need to read that. Wait, what? I saw something about a harsh reality. Harsh reality is that traditional candy shops were strive during the period of high economic growth with many confectionery manufacturers that are experiencing steady decline. Okay, whatever. People are just tired of eating candy. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can find candy anywhere nowadays. So I guess you don't really need dedicated candy shops anymore. Unless if they've got some sort of specialty or whatever. Huh? I thought it was unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. Probably the dead teacher, right? This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonoichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. So you're saying someone used a curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse berry heard you? Sorry. Oh, still ugly. Well, he's dead now. His deceased body was discovered at school grounds at dawn. Okay, we already read all that. It's just an update to his living status. Or unliving status. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right, that's unusual. But... oh, but she was at school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's see what she has to say. I mean, doesn't she have an in with the cops though? Couldn't she, like, do something? Oh, Mio, wait for me. Like, don't they know her? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe the paranormal investigator keep their people under wraps. Huh. So you're telling me that two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. That was very casual about the whole exorcism thing. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Hold on, let's get Mr. Jonoichi's death out of the way. Did you hear about Mr. Jonoichi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn, probably around 3. Started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out onto the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah! Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he's running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on out on the grounds? It's too dark to see from where I was, but for just a second I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like, I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonoichi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. I find it suspicious that his arms and legs snapped. I feel like that kind of sounds like the Nejima's curse, right? Because with that one it was like the arms and legs got severed. But, you know, none of the curses are exactly what they, like, follow exactly what they did in their thing. Right? Because, like, this one just has something to do with Canal, but nobody drowned, but their curse drowns them. And then this one, or wait, no, not this one. The Evergreen Beach is just a tree, but then the curse can, like, kill people that say the wrong things or whatever, or that lie or whatever. And then this one, they have to wash a foot in it, but it, like, smashes them with a foot in this one. So it's like, I feel like with the one-sided reed, with it being like it cuts off the arms and legs, then possibly the curse could break an arm and leg, you know? So I feel like it could be Nejima. And then maybe the girl with the braids. It's possible that it's not really a high schooler. Like, she could have just been wearing the uniform or something, and maybe it's like maybe it's a detective's daughter, maybe? Like, Nejima's forcing her to help him or something? I don't know. I'm not sure. Just a bunch of theories. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There's this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? Sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, that was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure— oopsies. What was that? Though I'm sure it was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. Hmm? The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Junichi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course I didn't see it myself, but the state of Michio's body was in, it was also like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Oh. Mia's exorcism. Tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They end up being isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when they're possessed too? It's possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent or a child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that the negative effects can start to appear. So these seances, or whatever you see on TV, are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirit they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting up on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and the memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Tomi. Whatever will happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we all have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mia? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without her telling her anything? You see, in my experiences, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. I want to see that. Mia really needs to have her own, like, whole story. I want to see her just surprise exercising people. Please, give this child her own show. Her own game. I don't care. Even just a manga. You told me last night, before you witnessed Mr. Junichi's collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? Hopefully nothing weird. You gonna tell the cops? Only if it's illegal. Alright, with everything that happened with Mr. Junichi, we'll suspect you if we told him we saw you with him last night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Junichi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That also was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? That's awful. Why would he do that? Can you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain where to start. Oh. What do you mean by Mr. Junichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shirashi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. Ew, that's disgusting. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple of model students like you would ever get involved in. Oh, freaking hell. Good thing he got... I'm glad he's dead. No way, that's... How... What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known anything about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were a friend. Junichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt like she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, how terrible. Hey, tell me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking him what he was doing. Walked in on it? Ugh. I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and kept it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought that she had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying that about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Junichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. Don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Tell me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you... Try and say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me that she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? That's awful. Okay. Did you hear what the dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? Nick's probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been doing. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person that meets the eye, you know? There must have been some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Ah, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Eastwood Gardens a couple days ago. He showed me it was his name. He's part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all, real tough guy, but good looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh, so there's someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that acting like a shy kid all of a sudden. She told me she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to the park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. Something seemed off about him. Like he was worried about something? Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. Favor? A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'd take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shirashi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. The talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So, since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? Wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside, it was just this weird, kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, so I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismen. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I had to do, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. And knowing what I know now. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Do we know Nakagoshi? Hitomi. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. Do we? We do not know Nakagoshi. It's a new player. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, coming to school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Ugh, I can only imagine. Ew. We climbed over the front gate to get in. Oh, we climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night, but nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if I only hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ew, were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Junichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it really is all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Nashiyama talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Junichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Junichi's trap so easily. Could have gotten a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Junichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing a strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to this place or roaming freely. However, it would usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh, wonder if that's what happened. Oh, so it really was her? Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true, Michio's death was an accident. Then she must have had some regrets. Well, no shit. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? Still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk to you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. She's a tsundere. Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. She looks so determined. Alright then. We've got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Junichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school was the same one that killed Mr. Junichi seemed to be different. Oh, and the one that killed Mr. Junichi seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Junichi, Hitomi, and old man Nashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it could be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in the school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Junichi is pretty suspicious though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Junichi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should definitely be careful about them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Junichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Ashi outside the main gate last night. He did? It's likely he was involved with the curses given that he's the one doing the research on the Rite of Resurrection. So I have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Arashi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers would be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who was responsible for Feast of Shadows and set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. That makes sense. In which case, next thing we should do... What exactly? We need to talk with Mr. Ashi. He definitely knows something. It would be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? So let's see. Let's go to... where would Mr. Arashi be? I mean, the last time we saw him was at Komagata High School, but I doubt he's still around there. Well, let's just go to Ryogoku Bridge. You never know. I'm guessing we'll just have to go to all these places anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yako Sakazaki, 9 AM. Ryogoku Bridge. Maybe we'll see that weirdo lady around. The art one. And so, Mio Kurozuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh. Alright. What? Maybe we can't progress without... Let me see what happens if we pick somewhere else. Just in case if it's different. And so. Okay, no. That's interesting. So I bet, depending on where you put them, it's gonna have something to do with these two over here, right? Let's go with... Hold on. Okay, let's go back with the investigation. Let's go back to Fancy Sushi. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. Okay, we're going to Komagata High School. Might as well keep going with the detectives then. Tetsuya Tatsumi. Komagata High School. Yeah, so then they'll be like trailing right behind Yako and Mio. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Anybody suspicious peeking around? The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshima's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Yeah, so how do we do it? Oh, move. Of course. Oh, well, no. Let's think, maybe? Ideally, we could talk to someone who was involved in the incident. Easier said than done, though. I was wondering if we, like, brought Yako and Mio back here, but no, because then we'd have to go back to story selection, so I don't think that's the answer. Let's go to Michio Shirashi's neighborhood, see if that does something. I'm guessing maybe we'll have to return to that area? Near the Shirashi household. This is some groovy music. It sounds like Michio's house is at the end of the road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. So, the Shirashi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. Oh. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. It feels like old Tokyo. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Alright, I'll go check the house. And we're just gonna sit here, I guess. And think to ourselves? Or maybe we can find— oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot. I should be looking for those. Forgot all about it. Well, we're making a pretty good progress without me actually looking. Approach the net. Illegal eagle. Nice. Looks so punk. Before hearing the history. Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll have to hope for the best. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. Maybe we should leave him? Oh. Oh, he's back. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Guess they're not here. Alright, now what? Iria looks kind of disappointed. Can't talk to him. Alright, back to the school? Maybe someone has appeared by now? Try to cut him off the scene of the crime. Oh, maybe the police officers will be ready to talk now or whatever. Forensics will be done or something. Here we are. Already read that. Nothing seems to have changed. The gymnasium? Komagata High's gymnasiums also serves as a polling place and an evacuation center. A lot of buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Alright, speaking of schools. What is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get psychic high why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of people involved in this case lead back to school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure are eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. Oh, there we go. Suspend. Suspend, yes. Yeah. So now I bet if we place those 2 back at the school, I wonder if that would work. Perfect. Let's put them back. Yeah, 9 AM. They should be here. Komagata High School. And so, here we are. What? I'm confused. Will this work? Do I have to be the detective to question them? Maybe. Yeah, there they are. It does work. That's so cool. Okay. That's cool. Hello, you two. Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Huh? What? That's so cool. Okay. Crime scene. Hey, aren't you... You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws that we've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Tatsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We've got ourselves a deal, right boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said I'd... Sushi. Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are so funny. You should do stand-up. We all ganged up on him. Now we've got a group for sushi. So what do we do? So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That allows those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul drakes for the Rite of Resurrection. At least, that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, curse stones appeared before those who wanted the right at the locals of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I've got first, the Evergreen Beach. You've got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind Mio. She does? Is she alright? We could take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of the Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then. Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yes, you see... Huh. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow, we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's... Ooh. I forget. I was just looking at it too. Was it the Tycho? No, it was the one that that guy has. One-sided read? Yes, one-sided read. The one-sided read. This is bad. Huh? What's so bad about that one? You idiot think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Okay, I know for you I'm gonna edit this together to look like I've been playing for like straight through, but I actually had some days in between it. But I think it's Nejima, right? Pretty sure it's Nejima. Actually been a couple of days since I've played. Yeah, Nejima. That's the one. Fumachika Nejima, he admitted himself. That's his curse. Oh right, that's bad. But wait, but if that's the case... Nejima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What? Who's Nejima? No clue. Just a serial killer that we let loose. You know. As you do. So Nejima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he was going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as I know, there was us, Mr. Junoichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda? Second-year student? Well, yes. Why? Boss! So she was here last night. Hmm? I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. Ah, I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did, actually. Oh boy. I guess we'll proceed with that. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes, apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talisman could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find the talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then. You think she'd talk to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. I guess we keep going. Chozawa. Mayo Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh right, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on it? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. Never spoken to him myself. All the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? Suspicious. Oh wait, is there any roosters around before we continue talking? There must be somewhere. Forensics is still investigating the area. I don't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there are too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good to have Mio look around the scene too. I'm looking for a rooster. Have any of you seen? Yeah, what's that rope all about? It indicates where Mr. Junoichi's body was found. They moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... ugh. Cool, Dario, you're scaring her. This kind of stuff is too much for... a little too much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure you should only ask because you were staring at it so intently. I was looking for roosters, man. I'm looking for bodies. I don't see any roosters, but I do think you have to look a little bit harder for them. The amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. If we're talking about the people who were at school last night, there's one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else? Apparently Hitomi actually saw Mr. Junoichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Junoichi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Junoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss. Do you really think it could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Nejime was behind Jonichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? I mean, if we're thinking about it, what if, like, someone else used the Rite of Resurrection to bring, whatever, Hitomi back to life, or whatever, whoever died, the girl, you know? What's her face? That ain't it. That ain't it. I don't know, Yako's friend. I forget what her name is. Ugh, I don't know. But, like, what if someone brought her back to life and then, like, she got to be a curse bearer? Because then that would explain why she was, like, kind of alive, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. I don't know. About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to school, though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. I see. Thanks, I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under the Allies after their release. Notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see? What are you— No way! Irio, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. Yeah, the janitor didn't really look like Nejima, though. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He always avoids it. Irio, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Do we have a picture of him in our files? I just want to compare him real quick. Oh wait, there he is. And then looks like a Nejima? I don't think they're the same guy. I mean, I guess you can change a lot in prison, but... I mean, I guess they have the same color hair, but they're also Japanese, so they all kind of have black hair mostly. So that doesn't really help us. I don't know. I have a hard time seeing it, but maybe. You never know. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been a horrible criminal mastermind? Can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that? I feel like we're just kind of throwing a bunch of accusations at this guy. I'm not so sure it was actually him. He might be a curse bearer, but I don't know if he's like Nejima. Like, you know? I don't know. To think that he was so close to us this whole time. Ugh, it gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. It better not be Nejima. If it is, I'm gonna freak out. Like, I can't believe that they just let him out of prison. Oh my god. And if that is him, and they let him work at a high school after he just killed, like, a bunch of, like, women, that's gotta be the dumbest police ever. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh. I might have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Nejima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but... I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then, could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? Ah, I almost told him that you were still in the building, too. What? You did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to the crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Arashi? I would very much like to talk to him. Alright, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. I forgot he was a teacher here. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. The cafe? Oh, Kurokyo Cafe in Kamizawa? Thanks. We'll head over there right now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Screw the school rules. There's murderers about. Don't worry about it. I'll allow it. Thank you. Wonder why. Huh? That's all it takes? Why are you not allowed to go to cafes? I don't understand. There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Okay, cool. Well, we finished that all. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? So that this random girl you know is already involved with the case. Okay. Oh, we can talk to her too. What was that thing you mentioned about with Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Do you know anything about her? Oh, what's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair that we share as well. Tell her, Irio. Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. A game theory. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshima concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or a van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seemed he had doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Oh, flashback, flashback, flashback. Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Ah! Why are we screaming? Did you hit her? Were you driving? Ooh. What the heck is going on? A van. There's a young man. In the driver's seat? Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? In the passenger seat, a woman? Yako! What the hell? Did she just slap us? Huh? Yes! Wait, was I... Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem. As long as you're okay, that was quite a surprise, though. Yeah, what the hell was that all about? Yoshimi talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Junichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that... I'm not exactly sure how to put this, but... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Ugh. Yeah. I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michio, what happened? Well, what do we do now? Do we think? So what was going on with Yako? Is she getting, like, visions now? Junichi was almost definitely killed by a curse. But I wonder about the exact cause of death. The curse's origin and cause of death are connected. It could give us another lead. What do? We can't talk to Yako anymore. We can't talk to you anymore. Do we have to do the scene of the crime? Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it was the second I looked at the scene. You're right, traces of the curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Junichi was killed by one of the curses with 7 mysteries? Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to doing this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No, I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Tsutsumi. She's gonna get it the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. when you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. I mean, Mio's awesome. I don't care. Hey boss, Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground on a short distance away from the scene. What is that? A ribbon? Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon Michio always used to wear. What? I love their, like, freaking out poses. Doesn't that mean that Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. I mean, it's a white ribbon. I feel like that could be anybody's. Then did she come back to life somehow? I mean, the Rite of Resurrection, you can do it, you know? But how? Right, man, the right. Maybe Nejima brought her back for some reason, but that'd be weird. Unless she was helping with the murders, but they were like super far apart because like that mom was in high school during when that happened, so I doubt they're related. I don't know. If it was Michio and I came back to life, what? If it was Michio and if I was Michio and I came back to life, there we go. Where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Joichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else that she would have a grudge against? Well, what about that guy who killed her in the collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. A man and a woman in a car. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejima and Mayu Chozuzawa. It might be worth it to check Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it. Thank you and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Arashi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going whenever you're ready. I'm trying to think of couples we know. I mean, there's like that cop and his wife, or girlfriend, I don't know what they are, that died. Well, no, the wife is still alive. Whatever the name is, they're looking for her now. Yeah, this lady. Those would be a couple, and then there's that college kid, whatever is Yutaro and an Ayame? Yeah, those two are also a pair, but kind of, but not really. Like, I don't know. I don't really know about any of these matchups. Well, let's continue with these guys. Simon. I don't know. We don't have enough information yet. Although I'm guessing at some point we're gonna have to go back to the cowboy to proceed. Kurokyo Cafe. I wonder why they're not allowed in... Oh, there's a bird thing. A cafe. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know, it'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Actually, I want to get that rooster first. Boop. Oh, they're adorable. Mockingbird number 8. Collecting them will bring good luck. I mean, I guess it does seem important to get them all. Gotta catch them all. Okay, now we can proceed. About my curse stone. Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. An Okami mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night? Damn, there of all places. Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer? Yeah, please calm down, Mr. Arashi. Your reaction's too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you want to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? Oh, he loves flattery. It's just, a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one who we can count on, Mr. Arashi. Won't you help us? Please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm in hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. I knew that would work. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and 7 Mysteries curse stones happening now? Oh-ho, taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher starting your questions with your subject's origins. Mr. Arashi, you're not actually the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid it had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of the ancient Onmyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurosuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside of my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and the curses have appeared now? I believe this is an intentional work of someone. Certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it that you want to know? Well, you may not tell us anything if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Make something up. Well, you see, we just have this such intellectual curiosity, and, think it could really help your research? I see. Now that you mention it... Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then, how about... I mean, he does like talking about himself. Yeah, let's ask about his research. I feel like he loves talking about himself. Then, what does the record of fates that you've been researching say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see. That's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the record of fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this on paper. Yeah, okay. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Simon Tsuchimikado. Yeah. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Simon sorry. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed Omnimoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Or so it was written in the Record of Fates. Huh. As brilliant as Simon was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with the forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family, and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writing Simon recorded on the road to Edo. I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself? The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Simon's specialty, the Taizen Fukin ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. He uses soul drakes to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul drakes in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then when the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries of the curse stones? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. Huh, that's similar to what Mio said, actually. Onmyoji. I think this is new, right? Officially appointed government physician With the Bureau of Onmyo in medieval Japan, Onmyoji were tasked with performing divinations and rituals. They would employ the Chinese philosophies of yin and yang and wu shang, the 5 elements, to compose astronomical charts and almanacs. High-ranking practitioners used a variety of mystical arts, including ones that brought natural disasters and curses. Onmyoji were also tasked with exorcising demons through the use of shikigami. Onmyoji thrived during the Heian period. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay. And then what's this? According to the Record of Fates, this mysterious ritual was devised by a gifted Onmyoji, Abe no Saime. It converts the souls of the dead bound for the underworld with soul dregs collected as sacrifices through Taizen Fukin ritual. This secret art of converting souls to soul dregs is out of reach to all but the most skilled practitioners. Excuse me, Mr. Arashi? What is it, Miss Kurosuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said the Rite of Resurrection and the origin of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof do you have of that? You really know your stuff, but about that. That was something sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is... well... I suppose there's no harm in telling a couple of students so passionate about this subject. Thank you. This is something I discovered referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Simon arrived in Honjo. There are records of conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. This is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and has long been the subject of my research. And I suspect the Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. So what you're saying is that the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Simon's Rite of Resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Simon brought the Rite of Resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point Simon was likely using a different name. Then in Honjo, 9 people fought to death over the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. During the Edo period, okay, blah blah blah. We just read that. So that's how they're connected. Then, if I'm getting this right, the 7 Mysteries were basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite? And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, and the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 Mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories. Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained your curse stone, you might have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did! Exactly, those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying whilst bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 Mysteries, thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. We'll reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's possession, Yako. Ugh. Mio, should I... Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be able to do much with it. As long as we don't tell him how our curse activates, I don't see what this would do. Okay, Mr. Arashi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's possession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from the Yagura Tower at the festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one. What do you mean? Among the 9 victims of the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Simon himself, or so I suspect. Huh? Simon was one of the victims at the Honjo incident too? Meaning the Onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to the curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo? Meow meow meow. Then maybe with Simon's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Mr. Arashi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I've learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot-Washing Mansion. The non-Myoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Simon, I'm afraid. A female non-Myoji who sought the Rite of Resurrection due to her obsession with the personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Simon. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape that one. So female Onmyojian's rival of Simon was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. Curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuki carvings named Jinkichi who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The Rite of Resurrection? Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Simon. If I could just collect all of the memories, everything would be revealed and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own. Another thing. Yes? You never really finished about what the trigger for all this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding from us, something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? Got him. How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. That one who left the message is the culprit behind the Ninjima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Ashi, please, tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the Rite of Resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. Before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month. She specified a time period? I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity that I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the powers of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all this. Hence I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and the cult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku? As in Hihaku soaps? Right. I mean, no, that's not important. Just some personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in the month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Very well. I've told you this much, I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Simon's Record of Fates. There's a sort of continuation to it. Another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll. A continuation? Actually, a section written in Simon's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which after the Honjo incident, Simon lamented at such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the Rite of Resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? You think my information is inaccurate? If Simon died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Simon possessed? Of course not. He could use the Rite of Resurrection. Oh. You're telling me that Simon used it on himself? The Rite of Resurrection can be carried out in advance so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then it is not impossible that Simon himself was resurrected by the rite after it took place? But you'd still have to collect the soul dregs and need to use the rite. Yes, that's why they died. The 8 others besides Simon. What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul dregs? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories, to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone, only this information was left. Supposedly Simon's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost at the family line branched. Simon had descendants? So there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes, in fact, I've tried to trace their line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known onmyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm not sure you do. So basically, in the Record of Fates Yin Scroll, Simon himself wrote about the ways to handle the curse and the rite, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but haven't found a single lead. So if you two find out anything about the other resentful memories or the Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, don't you? Do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. That's confusing. So, he wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honjo might become cursed and use a collection of soul dregs for the Rite of Resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in the postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. I don't understand how this works though. So how does he, like, use the curse on himself? Like, how does that work? How do you collect soul dregs before you die? I don't understand. Weird. Okay, well, whatever. Yes, I understand. Well, I don't. I do not. Thank you for your help. If you bring me more useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Bribery. Blackmail. I don't know what that would be. I don't know. Is it possible that Yako's friend, Michio or whatever, she used it? And, like, so when she died, she was able to bring herself back somehow? We've learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing at each other for the Rite of Resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fates Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Arashi said didn't have any leads on where it was. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. What to do next? So Mia, what are we gonna do next? Good question. It may be best to give the information we have just learned to Inspector Tsutsumi. We've got a pretty big clue about from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Tsutsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind that voice that gave Mr. Rashi the Record of Fates. It must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said that it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in that female on Myoji who's a rival of Simon. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio... Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me, Yako? Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it, that day, I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it at all. I see. That's all I was wondering about, thanks. Hmm? Excuse me, you girls over there. Oh, huh? Oh yeah, we only took his curse stone, we didn't kill him this time. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namagaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be so scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot-washing mansion. The foot-washing mansion? So you're the one that Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about. Ah, you already know Inspector Tsutsumi? That makes it simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're... in the driver... Oh, so it was him. Yako? He killed Michio? Yes, wait, what? Just now. Was I doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namagaki. What might be the matter? Right. I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something with us? You were talking about Michio Shirashi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you'd like to learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? Probably go to school first. I don't... Oh, but what if we don't, like, go there and he gets murdered, you know? But if we go there, there's also a chance that we might get murdered. But, like, maybe not by a curse, but just someone jumping out of the bushes and stabbing us. But I'm wondering about Yako. I wonder if she's possessed by Michio. Because they were talking about possession earlier, and they were, like, saying things like how you might not even know you're possessed, but the way she's, like, remembering, like, the accident and, like, getting, like, angry at, like, this guy, it's making me think that maybe she's become possessed. And then, like, because they have matching ribbons, and what if she was the one that was, like, going around and killing people? Like, she put her hair in braids or whatever, if, like, Michio took over while she's passing out. I don't know. Man, let's actually talk to Yutaro. I'm afraid of if we don't, he'll get away or something else will happen. Well, I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. Besides, we can always come back and change it. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate elsewhere? But I don't know, I'm starting to think that Yako might be possessed by Michio. You know? Let me just check real quick. Michio. Yeah. And Yako? What did she... Where is Yako? Yeah, I bet if you put Yako's hair in braids from a distance at night, they'd probably look similar. And they're wearing the same uniform, so they'd probably look like the same person. I don't know. I think Yako's been possessed. So, what did you want to discuss with us? Let's see. How do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Michio Shirashi back from the dead. What? Huh? It's why I was pursuing the Rite of Resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you for this. Well... I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I still don't understand why you would want this. What exactly is your relationship with Michio? Well, we met briefly once. When you ran her over with a car. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. While it would be great if we could bring Michio back, but we've already decided not to use the Rite of Resurrection. Is that so? It seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul drakes for you if you gave me your curse stone, you know. We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop this curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose I'll have to give up on the curse stones. Thank you for understanding. Where'd Yako go? Phew, I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michio back? Huh? Yako? Uh-oh, did she go off somewhere while we were talking? That can't be good. This is all so suspicious. Maybe we should have gone to school first. Uh-oh. This can't be good. I finally caught up with you. I don't know if you've noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place? You've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over or I'll have to take it by force. What is he doing his power pose for? Oh. What? Uh-huh. Huh. What? Why are you... No. She's here again. I don't understand. Oh. Oh, wait. It was just an accident. I swear, I didn't mean to... That's why I was trying to bring you back. So she is possessed. You're already... too late. Huh? What? No? I guess not. That's so weird. Why are we rolling the credits? What happened just now? Too late to stop the... What? Oh! It's, I think it's telling us, because that guy, the Nejima, was gonna kill everyone at dusk. I think that's what it's talking about, right? Somehow they're working together. Oh god, my brain, expand! So, what? You're already too late. So I definitely think that's talking about Nejima killing everyone. But why are they working together? After this, Fumichika Nejima went on to use his power of the curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with an unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Yako Sakazaki was never heard from again. Ending 1, Michio's Grudge. So we really should have gone to school. Well, that's weird. Okay. We'll have to continue this next time, though. I just noticed on the top, it changes from night to day when you move. That's interesting. So that's all for this time. I know I made a super long video this time, but I felt like there wasn't too much happening, so I kind of wanted to just make it longer. And besides, we're like, I don't know, it was episode 5 or 6 or whatever. I feel like by now, you can handle a longer one if you're already invested in the series. So, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I was right about her being possessed, but I am so confused with what's happening. So, I definitely think she must be the descendant of one of the Onmyoji, right? Like, so she could use the Rite of Resurrection on herself, but she's not truly back yet, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know if she's just a spirit still, or if she's like halfway back, and she just needs the Rite of Resurrection to be completed for it to be over. Why would why would Michio be working with Nejima though? Maybe like he gave her the information of the Rite of Resurrection, but why would they know each other before that? I mean, Michio had some stuff going on that she could be blackmailed for, right? I forget if that was all cleared up. I don't, because the teacher, like, he was creepy, but what did they have other blackmail about it? I don't remember. But like, what's happening? And I don't know, I'm still, and like, he got those, that teacher, Mr. Rashi, he got those documents from an unknown woman. He wasn't even sure if it was a woman to begin with. He said it just sounded like a woman. It could have been just some random, like, it could have been some disembodied spirit or something, right? Like, so we're not confirmed about who that is yet. We still have to figure that out. And I'm still weirded out how the girl in the beginning of the game that was super into all this, like, occult stuff hasn't come around again. So I don't know if she's involved in giving the Record of Fates to anyone, or if she could possibly be a descendant. I don't know. But Michio, I don't understand what's going on. Ugh. Let me know what you think is going on down in the comments below, and I will see you next time. This is Casper Kuma, over and out.